Hello and welcome to Tuesday Newsday, your #1 resource for the entire week's worth of VR news. This week we have some pretty awesome exclusive information breaking down almost every component in the new DecaGear headset. VRChat has once again gone viral, and I'm excited to talk about actually affordable haptic suits coming soon that will work with just about any headset. That and so much more. Let's just get right into the news. Okay, so first thing we have is some really awesome news. We all know that the VR industry right now is doing better than ever before. The Quest 2 has rocketed headset sales. The Valve Index is still practically sold out as it has been throughout most of 2020. The Reverb G2 is now shipping, which I have one in hand by the way, and an impressions video on that is coming later this week, and player populations in games have jumped up quite a bit as well. Oculus is normally pretty tight-lipped about their exact software sales numbers, but according to many developers self-reporting, the week of the Quest 2's launch saw as much of a 5-times sales jump in games and software. It's easy to tell that as of now, the Q2 has been a bit of a smash. And that means that VR in general is just more commonly seen everywhere, including VRChat going viral and trending across the internet over the past few days, as well as setting a new concurrent user record of 24,000 users over the Halloween weekend, which makes sense. In this day and age when you maybe would go out with some friends on Halloween, instead you hop on VRChat with your friends. But the important part here is that more than 50% of those 24,000 users were all in VR, and that's not even including Quest users or Oculus app users, which likely adds thousands to that number. All in all, the populations have massively jumped. Also, in the past few days, you may have noticed that VRChat is trending on most social platforms, and that's because a guy named Cooper Tom, a VRChat creator, made a VRChat world on a whim, recreating the location of the Four Seasons Total Landscaping press conference where Donald Trump gave a speech. Apparently, this tickled the internet's viral thumb, and since yesterday, the video has garnered nearly 2 million views on Twitter and gotten tons of eyes on VRChat and VR in general, and has made it in just about every tech-related news section in the world, especially the US. More eyes on VR, I suppose. VRChat is a world where you can literally be anything and make anything, and this is a perfect example of that. So this past week, I had an interview on Twitch actually within VRChat with the team behind DecaGear. The new VR headset recently unveiled that has some pretty amazing specs and a low price to go along with it. In the interview, we went over all sorts of things like the team's philosophy on privacy, considering the new headset literally has face and eye trackers, the future of VR, and some of the new headset's technology, including its SLAM tracking technology. One of the biggest questions that I see come up a lot, and it definitely came up during the interview, was just how is this headset so cheap? I mean, it's got all of these sensors, face tracking, eye tracking, and really high resolution displays at 2160 by 2160 with optional wireless and an onboard processor, yet it's launching for just $450, which undercuts most PC VR headsets. And this is all pretty much explained here. This is the first time anyone's really seen this, but this is the BOM, or bill of materials, but visualized. This pretty much breaks down the cost of the headset down to each component. It's something to show exactly where they're getting the $450 price mark from. It seems that Deca is mostly taking a price cut in the profit margin area, making less money on each headset than most of the competition. You can also find this picture on my Twitter where I'm posting it in case you want a closer look, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. The Deca team pressed in their interview that the magic in their headset is not in the build materials or actual hardware, as impressive as it sounds. I mean, anybody can really get that hardware, it's not that hard to buy it, but the real magic is in their software and tracking algorithms that they've made themselves, which makes sense. We went over tons of stuff and the VOD is still up on my Twitch, but if I get enough demand, I might just make a condensed version of the interview for YouTube and post it as a video here. So let me know if you're interested with maybe a like on this video or something. We also went over whether the headset was really even ready right now, and it seems like it's still a work in progress. And until I have something in hand to test, I can't really say whether it's actually good or not, because right now on paper, it looks great, but paper is just paper. However, I am excited to see where this goes. And now onto our main topic. I've been a believer in haptic technology and haptic suits. I mean, I have multiple videos on my channel already wearing haptic suits and vests from Haptics, and I've watched the company slowly get better and better in terms of software integration. When I first tested Haptics about a year ago, only a handful of games were supported, and if you wanted the full setup, it would cost more than $1,000. But as more and more games add native support, and Haptics themselves added modded support to more games, the vest has become more appealing. However, it's still really expensive. Thing is, if you want as close to some Ready Player One experience as you can get, especially in a game like Half-Life Alyx, where wearing the suit literally changed the game for me, this is just about your best option as a consumer. But something exciting happened this week. Haptics announced two new vests coming to their lineup, the TACsuit X40 and the TACsuit X16. The X40 is really similar to their current vest that I own and used. It has 40 vibration motors on it, but now has a longer battery life and is made with breathable mesh, which is a welcome change if you've ever used one before. However, it's still pretty pricey at $500. However, the X16 is a little smaller of a package, but quite a bit cheaper. It has 16 points of vibration, but still has all the functionality of the bigger vests, including native support in-game. So in Half-Life Alyx, for example, if you get shot in your right shoulder, you actually feel the punch of the motors in your right shoulder. Or if your health gets low, your heart will beat, and if you're someone like me, you'll want to use this in VRChat, which it does support as long as you change up an avatar a little bit. People can give you hugs or tap your shoulder, or a use that I have found to be pretty good is giving or receiving virtual back rubs, as weird as it sounds. It's kind of insane being in a VRChat world with someone else and feeling them touch you. It's something that you can't experience in literally anywhere else. Both vests also have support for the Quest and Quest 2 standalone as well, which is even more exciting. The X16 is available for pre-order right now for $300, which, not gonna lie, is still expensive, but it is the cheapest and best option available for what it does right now. There are cheaper devices like the Subpack, but nothing out there really provides the same level of immersion as being able to feel impacts or vibrations in specific spots all over your chest and back. I'm definitely going to be trying out both on this channel and making videos on them because, like I said, I'm a big believer in haptics, and this being the next step for hardcore VR enthusiasts that want more immersion in VR. And these devices ship in just a month, which is exciting. Lots of games are getting or already have support like Onward, Skyrim, Half-Life Alyx, VRChat, Blade and Sorcery, and tons more. It's great to finally see these devices get cheaper and cheaper and bring us closer to that Ready Player One state of VR, even if it's slowly and not quite there yet. But now it's time for a meme break! 2020 was a strange year. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. And now, back to the news. So I often talk about new VR headsets coming out on this channel, and one of them that I have mentioned quite a bit is the Lynx R1, an upcoming headset that is capable of both RGB color AR and VR, essentially making it a mixed reality headset, but no, not that kind of mixed reality headset. It has been delayed multiple times, initially supposed to be launching last summer, then September, and as you can probably tell, that didn't exactly happen. The headset initially had a resolution of 1600 by 1600 and a different design, and was going to launch for $1,500. And while the resolution has stayed the same, the design has changed as well as the price. The new price is said to be lower, include the Snapdragon XR2, and contain the Ultraleap Gemini hand tracking, which is said to be the most accurate and lowest latency hand tracking available. The most interesting part to me, though, is that this is what the image looks like on the display, and supposedly due to the lenses, this is what you'll actually see. And this is because the eye tracking module is going to be placed right in the center of the display, which sounds crazy to me. The headset is still set to launch in late 2020, which is the third delay, but it does seem like some really cool technology is being thrown into the Lynx, which is the interesting part to me. So, Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, the new World War II FPS game from Respawn, is still set to come to Steam VR and the Oculus Store in just a few weeks. And I'm still pretty surprised that it's even coming to Steam, but all in all, it's a very good thing that it is. However, we may just see our very first Oculus Quest 2 2 only game on the Quest store. Recently, an Oculus producer came out and talked about bringing Medal of Honor to the Quest, and it seems it's a pretty big goal of the company post-PC launch. But they were clear that they did not want to degrade the PC version of the game just to bring it to the Quest. Quote, "We absolutely want to bring the game to Quest, but we won't compromise the PC version to make that happen. Once the PC content is final, we will assess what it will take to get above and beyond on Quest. And with that exercise complete, we'll be able to make a decision. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond is an extremely large, complicated game. Such a port would not be trivial, and we won't do it if we think we can't deliver on quality." End quote. And later on Reddit, the same Oculus producer Mike Duran said regarding a Quest 2 question that they would try and get on the Quest 2 platform once the PC SKU was finished and out the door, and that Respawn and EA are, quote, "fully involved and on board with this ambition," end quote. Although they don't know how long this will take. I think we all knew that Quest 2 exclusives on the Quest store would come eventually, as the headset is just so much more powerful than the original Quest. It was just a matter of time. And if there's any game that deserves it, it's probably Medal of Honor. But now it's time for question of the week from Bear Gaming VR. What happened to Project 4, or whatever, the Boneworks 4 Quest or Quest 2? Is it still happening? Project 4 definitely has been pretty quiet lately, and I'd love to hear more about it, but it seems that at this moment it's just not ready. From my knowledge though, the project is not cancelled, and Project 4 is very much so still happening. Reminder that Boneworks just came out a year ago. Year over year, turnover on games are pretty impressive and usually suffer quite a bit. So if it takes another year or even longer for Project 4, I'm kind of okay with that. And that's question of the week. Leave your own below in the comment section and I may just answer yours next. I am going to be streaming on Twitch after this video today, so come on by and say what's up. Also, join up in my Discord server for the best VR community on the planet. I want to thank all of my Patreon supporters. We are doing a Patreon exclusive meetup in VRChat this week, so if you want to join, link is in the description. I want to especially thank all my Omegas like Benji, CPCJ79, Dented Melon, Fusion Oak, HCG Randon, KR, Chaotic, Ronzarelli, That Brock Guy, True Killa, Very Evil Shadow, Suwu, Side, and XD Cloud. I couldn't do any of this without you. Don't forget to like this video if you loved it, subscribe if you want more of this, and hit that freaking bell if you just can't live without it. Much love, Thrill out.